Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Kinemaster, and today I'm going to be reviewing another action figure. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Baiwei Star Leader TW-1022, also known as the knockoff Studio Series 32 Transformers. Now, this figure has been a long time coming. I've been actually wanting to be getting this figure for quite some time. I've been hunting for this figure since 2021. And I haven't actually gotten around to buy and actually researching more about this figure, and I just recently researched it again since I've been in the mood for some Transformer stuff. So I researched it, found some really good one, and this is actually, this is one that I got. So first of all, let's take a look at the packaging of the box itself that I got. This looks like this on Star Leader by Baiwei, and Star Leader TW-1022, 6 ages and up. We have some really cool artwork, Optimus Prime, and Star Alliance information. Here's how it looks on the back of the box. Alloy Edition Boutique model. I don't even know what that means. Some Chinese stuff, and some model numbers, and Star Leader, and a Star Leader also as well. That is how the box looks, and the figure itself. Now this one is actually, as far as I know, is actually based on the mold itself is based on the Studio Series 32. From Hasbro, and as far as I know also as well, this is a re-release from Baiwei. The original one only has 2 accessories came with it. There's only 2 sorts, but this one we got, but this time we got 4 on the new release, and we'll talk about the accessories in just a bit. But and yeah, this is it's been a long time coming. I've been actually wanting to get this figure for a long time now, and I finally had it in my hands right now. And without any further ado, let's talk about the details on this guy first. So let's talk about the big details also itself. So first of all, we're gonna side note here. These originally came with this piece. This is based on the Studio Series 44 chest plate, or based on the Dark of the Moon movie. And on how to remove it, was actually just take the windows out first, and then just slide it out on the left side and on the right side, and you can just put in a new piece, just like so. And close the window tab. I really like the detail on this one, as you can see over here. From really nice sculpting, and Baiwei did a great job on making the chest plate here from Studio 44. But I much prefer the one from SS32. So all you need to do, you want to plug this thing in, and then you want to put this into the. If you see like this, you put it on the right side of here. So if you see it tilting down like this, that means that's how you putting it in. So that it's so, and close it out the door, and close out the windows, and it looks just like this. And I absolutely love that mold itself. And let's take a look about the details for the figure itself. They have some really nice sculpting over here. Look at the Optimus Prime's head with the silver metallic paint. And about this head, you can actually remove it. So if I actually get myself a cutter here, I haven't actually tried to remove it for this quite some time now, because it's quite difficult. I've had this figure for a week now, and I'm going to talk about the issues later. For now, let's talk about the details now. So the details, as you can see on the truck top over here, have some really nice metallic silver over here, nice smokestack also as well. The shoulder pads are also amazing with the flame detail over there. I really like that. It goes out to these hands also as well. I already mentioned about the chest part, and also the windows and the doors itself. The truck mode, the fake door truck mode, also looks really nice with that clear plastic console, and this really nice kind of painted goldish, yellowish kind of faded thing. Really nice painted also as well. And it also goes to the feet, the shoulder guards also as well, and the feet itself also looks really nice. And the feet itself is made out of die-cast metal, because you can actually really feel the weight of the die-cast metal if you by just holding it, and also by touching it. It's quite cold touch technique, if you only cold touch it if you understand the reference, and you can actually feel it that it's actually die-cast metal. And also some more nice flame detail also. So, and look, if you take a look at the back itself, and one thing that I wanted to note is when you take it out of the box, this is actually mistransformed. So all you need to do to make it right itself, you're gonna put this thing, pull up to the top of this hill, and then so what I'm going to do is to tap tap into that hole itself on each side. So we can actually put it, that's right here. I'm gonna put it in. It's quite difficult to do, and once you got that through, you want to pull this to the side right here, and then just slide it down until you cannot push it either forward. Nice, and then you push it this side to the right side, and then push it to the front like that, like so. And then this also inside, and it should look like this once you're done. So this is how it's supposed to look on the back. I also absolutely love it, but yeah, from the back it doesn't really look that nice, yeah, especially with the backpack cable. But I'm not really that bothered with it because Hasbro has done a great job at making the backpack less less explosion. They tidy up the backpack really nicely, and it does look good if you're putting it from behind. They actually make it somewhat look accurate, but nah, it's not really that accurate. But they actually tried, so I really respect that. So, but there's a bit of a gap inside there, but which might bother some people. I don't, but you can see the front of the truck mode itself, but it's really fine. So that is about the details of the robot mode. So let's talk about the problems that I have with this figure. It's just this part right here. Originally, when it came out, it broke. I was really kind of sad, and I was actually a little bit bummed because it kind of broke on me. But either way, I already got it fixed, everything like that, and I found a replacement part. And that's actually you might want to reconsider when you're buying this figure itself. The right part's broken, but most people reporting breakage on the right hand, to be precise. That in the middle part right over here, on that joint over there, in the bicep swivel, it actually broke on them for some people. But in my copy, it doesn't broke, but instead this piece is the one that broke. It's this one, I think this piece one. Yeah, this piece broke, and this one I kind of just snap out, but I already fixed it. I already go to the store where I bought this figure, and I fixed it also as well. And I also, on this part right here, it shows us some stretch marks, and the inside of this thing on the joint over here, it broke, and it leaves making a big gap. And I also fixed that as well. They also fixed it. And I think that's all of the problems that we had. So let's talk about some accessories. First of all, we got the aforementioned chest piece, which is this one right here, but I replaced it. I told you they come out of the box with the Dark of the Moon one, but I replaced it with this one. And we have also some alternate faces. So this is how it looks like. This is without the faceplate, and it has a really nice sculpting. But I won't be telling you guys on how to install it because it is so hard just to take it out and stuff like that. So alright. So we're gonna take it to the first part of it. It's just the Energon sword. So this Energon sword is really nice. They have some really nice sculpting and painting. And if you can look over here, they have some. Let me just get the focus real quickly. Let me get the focus. There we go. It has some Cybertronian hieroglyphs, which looks nice, and it holds just like this, both hands also as well. And all you need to do is just plug into this hand right here. And it should just looks like how Optimus hold it in Transformers Dark of the Moon, which is absolutely amazing. And one thing that I wanted to point out also as well, that these hands, they are a nightmare to handle with, because they are so tight out of the box. Both hands are so tight. For example, let's try the right hand, because the right hand, I just replaced it. We just replaced the right hand. So if you're trying to plug this thing in, it won't budge. It won't budge. It's super tight. So what I'm recommending you is get some sort of cutter or something like that that's sharp, and just scrape it out the middle. So just keep scraping it, both the top, and just keep scraping it, both the top and the bottom, so it will actually hold the figure down. I might do that later, so you can actually put this saber, put the Energon sword. Next thing that came from the box of the figure is this sword, which is based on the SS05 figure, because this is based on the SS05 figure, because as you can see how it plugs in. It came from the bottom, so it plugs in from the hand from the bottom. It holds just like, so it holds just like this, and it holds just like that. This is based on the SS05, and this one only comes with the re-release box. So I will pull up a photo on the screen right now, which shows you what is the new one or old one, so you guys can pinpoint if you guys have the new one or old not, or the old release of the Baiwei starter TW-1022. So installing it pretty nice and simple. So let's start with the left hand, because I already scraped it, so it plugs in really easily. So I'm gonna take it out. So you just plug in from the bottom, and with the peg right here, you slide it from the bottom, and there we go. And then you can just close it at the top again. So it looks like how it looks like when he's using the sword in the movies. It comes out from the sword from the top, just like how in the Revenge of the Fallen PS2 game, it comes out from the top like that. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely love how they handled this sword, and it's really nice and pretty cool in my opinion. This is one of the best execution of it so far. So far, I've been talking about the accessories that came with the box, that came with the figure itself, also including the instruction manual. They also come with the box, but they also sells. Baiwei also sold separately an upgrade kit or accessories kit. So here's the box. This is what it comes with. So they also sold this separately, and also with the trailer. Yes, they also sell the trailer at a separate piece, which is amazing when it comes at a higher price. I haven't actually got the trailer yet, but I do got the accessories kit or the upgrade kit. So let's open up this guy and let's see what we got inside. So here it is, and it comes with this box, and it's this plastic just like the figure. And let's talk about all these accessories first. So this is what the comics look like. I can get a bunch of more accessories. Let's start from the bottom itself. Let's get these two oversized energon hooks from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. So this plugs into the same as the other sword one. You plug it from the bottom of the hand and just plug into the top like that. And this is supposed to simulate that one scene from Revenge of the Fallen where Optimus rips out Grindor's head, which is absolutely amazing piece of junk. I absolutely love that scene. Absolutely one of the highlights on the Bayforce movies. Next thing that we have is the shotgun blaster from Dark of the Moon. As you can see, when an Optimus Prime arrives on Chicago, helping Sam and the other human allies, defeating Sentinel Primes and Megatron's aliens invasion. And it actually looks pretty cool, and it has some really nice detail. As you can see, it has a really nice detail. Also, that's the next where you fly him, this is just painted in this metallic silver, which is really nice sculpt. And the energon sword as well looks really insane. It has some really amazing clear plastic and also amazing painting and sculpt work, really cool. And then the thing we have is this one. I don't know what the official name is, but I'm just gonna call it the Wolverine claws because it come out from Optimus' hand like a Wolverine's claw. So this looks like this, and this is supposed to be simulating that one scene where Optimus Prime just drops down from using his flight jet and defeating Shockwave by blasting out his hips. So it's plugging it in. I think it's actually super simple. So let's take the right hand because it's the most easiest one. So let me extend that. So all you need to do is just plug this thing out and just kind of shimmy it and close out the top. So yeah, in terms of the stability, it's not really the most stable thing, but just if you guys actually just want to shelve it and pose it and stuff like that, it is super cool, super worth it. And let me just plug that in, and yeah, it's super cool, but it's not the most stable thing. I mean, let's try it on the left hand. Let's try it on the left hand. I'm gonna unplug this real quickly, and I'm gonna get this one here. So let's actually plug it in, and this is supposed to be super tight because I haven't actually sanded it down and everything like that. But it looks like looks badass, looks amazing, looks super cool. As you can see on Optimus's hand, just replicating that scene in Dark of the Moon. Absolutely amazing. Definitely a nice accessory to have, and it's kind of a bitch to get that out. Okay, that is it. That is about the Wolverine claws. That's what I want to call it. If you guys know the official name, let me know down in the comments. Next thing is the Ion Blaster. Now in the original release of Baiwei also made the knockoff SS05, and they come with two oversized Ion Blaster, but they are not mirrored. What I mean is they doesn't look like this. Have the same one on the right hand, but you got two of them. One is the oversized and one is normal size. But this time, if you buy the accessories kit for the new one, you get two of these, as you can see. And let's talk about the other one because they're basically the same. It's basically just mirrored. But let's take a look at the detail on this guy. Detail in this guy is super amazing. I mean, look at this. You have the on top of also here the canister. The canister looks amazing and really nice sculpt and detail. The magazine itself, the handle is super cool. And it also has some set that you can actually put on Optimus's back. So if you take a look like this, there's a tab on here that you can actually put some stuff. Like you can actually put some stuff on it so Optimus can reach it. It's not accurate to the movie on how he pulls out this. On the movie, Optimus pulls it out from this kind of lower area, but it's actually an option to pull it out. But it has some really amazing detail and also amazing sculpt, and also have some really amazing painting apples as well. If you can, come on, focus it. There we go. As you can see, it has kind of a burned out smoke, kind of a burn down of him shooting himself with some black detail. Amazing paintwork. I really absolutely love the painting in this one. I'm gonna put that here. Next one is the axe that you see in Dark of the Moon when Optimus Prime rips out Megatron's head in half and rips out his head from his body. It looks amazing. Also amazing detail and amazing sculpting also as well. We have some gold accent and on top of the silver parts. And the next one is the clear plastic one, or the Energon one. I don't know if this is in the SS32 one, but either way it looks amazing. It looks really tall and darn, it's super cool. It has also some Cybertronian hieroglyph also as well, with this amazing silver paint and clear plastic. And the last one of the accessories is the shield that you see when Optimus Prime fights the Driller in Chernobyl or Pripyat, which is also really amazing. I believe Baiwei also kind of like added some new paint apps like this red one. I don't think this actually is in the original SS32, which is amazing. So in the back itself, and you hold it basically like this. They put the hand inside and it will hold it just like that. Absolutely, you can actually recreate the pose when Optimus stands against the Driller. Absolutely amazing. That is the accessories kit or the upgrade kit that I got. Overall, in terms of like this figure itself, it's super cool. It's super amazing. You can buy the accessories kit when you're trying to buy this figure. I bought it for like 100,000 rupees, and I bought this figure under 170,000 rupees. You guys can see the currency on screen right now on both prices into dollars. But either way, I think it's an absolutely worth it. If you want to buy this figure, you need to buy the accessories kit. It is super cheap. It is amazing, and I would highly recommend that you also buy it too. Now that we haven't talked about the details and accessories, let's talk about the posability on this guy first. First of all, we get a ball joint on the head itself. You can look up that far and look down that far, and it looks as you can actually have some decent side to side. And the ball joint itself is kind of loose, but the ball joint is kind of tight. I really like it. You have a bicep swivel over here. You can actually move the shoulder pad up there, which allows him to rotate that far, and you have some full rotation, 180 rotation, 360 rotation like that. Bicep the swivel. You got a bend at the elbow and some wrist articulation as well. I think it has some wrist swivel, very tight one because I just replaced it with this new one. Absolutely amazing. And if you move it to the top right here, you got some waist swivel. So if you put the wheels down, it's really tight. The wheels are really super tight. I appreciate Baiwei making that. And you can pull the wheels down over here. It's kind of loose for my taste, but it's okay. And it has some really good waist swivel, and it's still pretty loose for my taste. But again, I should put it on top. Again, putting on the top stuff like that, make it accurate to how it looks like in the movie. We have a really nice kick right over here. It can move back. It can move back that far. It can actually move that far. I mean, let's put it out the wheel also as well to get some more weight. And it can move back that far, like that. Put the wheels back up. You can hear the die-cast metal, and you can move out that far because of the wheels heading it. You can actually also again wheels down, and you get some decent range moving out just like that. With the wheels again, you got some swivel on the knee swivel, as you can see, very tight. I really like it. The shoulder guard can move up and down over here, and we got you get a bend at the knee. Nothing. It's not a double bend, but it's just a normal bend. And you get some up and down at the ankle. And let me just always let you find this thing can move back, but that's more for the transformation. And it can move up that far, and the ankle can move up that far and move down that far, but that's more for the transformation. And some decent pivot. And in terms of posability and everything, this guy is super good. I really like it. And in terms of posability, I absolutely love this thing, and it's really fun to pose this guy. Here we have the Optimus Prime side by side with my bootleg SS Figuarts Spider-Man PS4 and my bootleg SS Figuarts Mark 85 Iron Man. It looks absolutely amazing, and the weight of this guy is also super large, and it's pretty good. Not pretty that far, but Optimus Prime is definitely bulkier because he's supposed to be representing a giant robot. In terms of actual size, it's actually pretty decent for a rope or a toy, and I really like the size of the figure itself. And with all of the, even though with some couple issues when shipping this guy out, I think it's still an absolutely amazing figure, and the size itself is actually really comparable with the SS32 figures that I have. Another thing that I want to point out is that in the back itself, there's a port to put a stand in. So here I have my Spider-Man PS4 stand that I got, and you can just plug it in like that. It's pretty tight fit, and you can make Optimus Prime standing a bit easier or something like that. I'm gonna buying some more stand like this one as well someday, because it will be pretty good for standing this guy up. Even though you don't actually need the stand to make this guy stand up, because his feet also already capable of doing that itself, because it's die-cast metal. But if you wanted to make it some aerial poses, like if you have if you actually bought the trailer, because if you bought the trailer separately, you guys get the jet mode also as well, which is super cool, and you guys can actually make some amazing aerial poses. But this one is a little bit loose. I haven't actually tightened up in quite some time, but it's actually worth pointing out if you actually want to make it if you want to design this guy up using a stand. But even though this guy is solid, and that's actually about the guy itself. This guy is super solid, but the guy is super solid. Like to do a little bit of wiggle test, so it's super solid. Except that waist, it's actually just a little bit too loose for my taste, but it's okay. It's not really that problem when you actually putting this guy up. This guy can hold the waist itself. It's pretty cool. The hands are really tight doing as well. One thing that is super loose that I actually really don't like is this part. This is super loose for my taste, and this guy is supposed to tab in to that one piece right there. It's supposed to tab in when it's on robot mode, but it doesn't want to. But it's okay, it's not really done. And this one is super tight. I actually prefer it super tight more so than super loose. But also can this guy up, but this guy doesn't have that issue. It plugs in really nicely. It plugs in and it's not that loose. I absolutely like it. And that is about the figure itself. So let's transform it into truck mode. Let's go. And here we have the truck mode itself, fully transformed up into the spawn, transformed up into his truck mode. And this guy looks really cool, but I have some issues with it. Well, first of all, is this one right here. I already told you about in the robot mode that is actually super loose, and it shows. And the tab that's supposed to tab in, into there, which is that one. It's too small, it's too thin, and it doesn't want to tab in. But it's not really like an issue. You can actually just have it, and it doesn't really that loose all the time. And the second part is this one. It doesn't want to line up. Oh my god. It doesn't want to line up because this one is part of the blue tab over there. This blue tab over there is super long, unlike the other one, but it's gonna be like that. This kind of for issues. And this one in the front of the truck doesn't want to line up, and the tire is gonna free up, is it? And it doesn't want to line up. Doesn't want to line up, but it does can line up pretty consistently. And then what the other part is that, and so it doesn't really loose, and the tire is really loose, really good. But the kibble underneath here, even though the kibble. But the kibble underneath here, even though the kibble is amazingly distributed, it's still super. This is still not good. It doesn't matter make the truck really roll that well. It doesn't really don't roll that well. The truck can it's not for some stability issues. And another thing that I just found out is this part right here, which I'm gonna talk about after I transform it back to robot mode. But overall, the truck mode itself looks pretty cool. I just really don't like about this part. I just really don't like about this part is being super empty. I feel like there's supposed to be something in there that's supposed to fill it up. Either way, this is an amazing truck mode, except that all about Insignia, which doesn't include it because this is a third-party figure. And as you can see, that this truck mode itself is super cool, and just doesn't want to point there we go. It's super cool truck mode. Really awesome details as well on the back itself. But it's missing a couple of paint apps, but I don't really that mind about it. But it's still a pretty cool truck mode itself. And let's transfer this bad guy back to robot because I have some issues regarding this part right here. Here we got transfer to robot mode, and I'm gonna talk about something so fatal. Yeah, this part broke. This part broke when I was actually transforming the figure. This actually really broke on me. If you guys take a look at this, there's supposed to be a little tiny thing in there that's supposed to be connecting to this one. And yeah, it broke. As you can see, it broke on me. As you can see, if you see on the right over here, it's connected. And if you guys can see it, it's connected. So if you guys are probably saying, oh, that's movie accurate. Nah, it's not even movie accurate. The one in the movie broke is on his right arm. His right arm is the one that destroyed and to get impaled by Sentinel Prime. It's in the right hand, not the left hand. But it's not even movie accurate. I think I can fix it with a dab of super glue, but I might actually just fix it. But it's so unfortunate because this is the part that I just got replaced. This is the replacement hand. I replaced the hand with something like this, and it's sad to see that it's actually a lot of quality control issues preventing me from actually recommending this figure to you guys. And let me just transform this real quickly because this mistransformed. There we go. And it's actually really hard for me to actually give you guys recommend you guys buying this figure because it has a lot of control issues. I mean, to be fair, it is a bootleg. But if my bootleg SH figure or Spider-Man PS4 figure can be this good, hardly articulated, no breakage whatsoever, even though it's been over a year since I had this, it still hasn't shown any breakage, they shouldn't have any reason to do this also as well. It's kind of sad to see, because I've been looking forward to get this figure for quite some time now, but seeing it like this, broken like this, it makes me a bit discouraged. Because I was about to pose this guy up and, you know, just stay on the shelf. Which I probably would do once I super glued the hand itself. I'm just gonna pose it and just never touch it again. But it's actually really sad to see. This is my first Baiwei figure, and most people I see on YouTube actually reporting some breakage on the right hand, and after that there's no issues whatsoever. I mean, to be fair, the plastic itself is very cheap quality, and this is actually partly also my fault, but I think it's a valid criticism of saying that the plastic on this thing is not that good, and you should be very careful if you're still gonna buy this figure. And there's a lot of quality control issues preventing me from recommending this figure. So that is gonna be my review of the Star Leader TW-1022. I hope you guys really enjoyed this figure. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. So final thoughts about this figure is that if you guys still are gonna buy this figure, I highly recommend that you lower your expectations, because all these quality control issues preventing me from highly recommending this figure to you guys. So if you guys are expecting this to get a great quality product, don't expect like that. If you just have to expect this bootleg, and you'll never know what you're gonna get. You're either gonna get it really good or really bad. It's either between those. So I'm gonna give this guy about rating 5 out of 10 in terms of the figure itself. It also has a lot of quality control issues. Let me remind you that this hand is the one that I replaced. It's the replacement hand, and it broke. But either way, if you guys still gonna buy this figure, keep in mind that this will have a lot of quality control issues that you may or may not have some trouble with it. But if you're still gonna buy this figure, you're gonna have to keep in mind that. So that is gonna be my review of the Baiwei Star Leader TW-1022. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys to see some more review like this. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.